Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do my top 5 plants of June. I have some plants that I'm excited to show you. I do have a key to success on some of these plants, so I will inform you on what I do for these plants to help them grow so well. But we're just going to get started with the top 5 houseplants of June. So the first one that I'm going to show you is my watch chain. So this is one of my favorite plants. I love it so much. I guess it'd be more of a succulent, but I really do love it. It has grown so much for me. When I first got this plant, I didn't know how to take care of it, and I put it in this beautiful pot, overwatered it, didn't put it in the sun, and it almost died. So I'm so proud of this plant and how far that it has come, because it has really grown a lot for me in the year that I have had it. So this is my watch chain plant. I just love the character of this plant. It has its own little personality. It grows perfect for me. I keep it in the south-facing window. I water it about every 2 weeks, and it's loving life, and I'm totally loving it. So this is one of my plants on my top 5 of June. Next plant that I'm going to show you. So this is the next plant. This is my Alocasia Evany, I think you guys told me it was. So I got this plant, I think it was either, I'm thinking April or May. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look. I'll let you guys know. But when I first got this plant, it had probably 4, maybe 5 stems. And since I've had it, it has grown so much. So it has all this new growth in here. It's growing a new one here. It has a new one in the center. All these lighter colored ones, smaller leaves, are all new. And it's doing great for me. I do keep it in my dining room by my south-facing window. It is pulled back a little bit, but I have a humidifier over there, and the humidifier is up on the shelf, and it kind of falls down onto this plant and some other humidity-loving plants that I have over there. This one seems to be doing so great. And so let me tell you my secret on how these plants are growing so well. So I have a fertilizer that I bought on Amazon. Let me grab it and I will show you what it's called. Okay, so the fertilizer that I have been using on almost all of my plants is this Neptunes fertilizer, Neptunes Harvest. It is hydrolyzed fish fertilizer. This one doesn't smell so bad. I did have one that's in the blue label that smelled really bad. But this one doesn't really smell too bad. It is a 2-4-1. I do use it every time I water my plants, but I dilute it down a lot. But I have noticed that my plants are growing like crazy. So this one has grown all this new growth, and it's continuing to grow more every single day. And my plants are really loving that fertilizer. Let me show you the next plant. This plant is also loving the fertilizer. So this one is my Confetti Arrowhead. So the leaves have like pink speckles on them. And so this is 2 plants in one. I did pot it up together, 2 plants in one. But when I first got it, it only had a few leaves on it. And then it didn't grow very many leaves for a while, until I started using that fertilizer. Once I started using that fertilizer, this plant took off. It started growing leaves like crazy. So it has these 2, actually these 3 new leaves here. You can see that. And then it has a new one over here that's unfurling. And I think this stem only had like 2 leaves, and this one as well only had this leaf and this leaf, and now it's growing all these new leaves. So I'm super excited for this plant. I really do love it. It has such cool pattern on the leaves. So this is definitely a plant that I've been loving this month, and I'm enjoying watching it grow new leaves, unfurl every single day, and show me something different every day. I'm just loving this plant. So the next plant on my top 5 of June is going to be this Hoya Poobah Calyx. So I've had this plant, I'm going to say maybe 5 or 6 months. I'll have to look it up and let you guys know. But it has been growing so well for me. It has so much new growth. It has all these little new growths in here, little leaf there. It's just beautiful. It's all these lighter color green are new growth on this plant. It's super easy to care for. I keep it by my south-facing door on top of my water cooler, and I water it probably once every 2 weeks, maybe every week and a half. And I do use that fertilizer for this plant. It's growing like crazy. It has, it has new growth everywhere I look. Super duper love this plant. Can't get enough of it. I'm keeping it in the nursery pot because it's doing so well that I don't want to mess with it. It's even vining up the nursery pot, which is totally fine with me. I did notice that there are some like spider webs on the plant, so I have been cleaning it down a lot. I'm not sure if Hoyas get spider mites. I've never experienced that. I don't really see spiders though. Like, I look on the leaves very well, and believe me, I've had spider mites. I know what they look like, but I don't really see spiders. I just see spider webs. So I'm keeping a close eye on this plant. It seems to be doing great, so I'm really not going to mess with it too much. But this is definitely one of my top 5 houseplants for the month of June. So the last plant I'm going to show you, I have nicknamed this plant the alien plant. You guys will have to tell me what is going on with this plant because I just don't know. Let me grab it. Okay, so I showed you guys this plant in my last plant haul. I found it at the grocery store, fell in love with it, was so happy that I found it. It was the only one there. It is the Peperomia Rana Verde. But look how crazy this thing is growing. What? Like, what is going on with this thing? Have you guys ever seen a Peperomia grow like this? I haven't. I don't have too much experience with Peperomias, but what is this thing even doing? I don't even know. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I love the character of this plant. It has a total personality of its own, which I'm super happy about, but it has really tiny leaves. It has all these flowers growing out of every which way. I mean, look at this plant. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have experienced this with any of your plants. I mean, it's beautiful here. The leaves are shiny and pretty and doing great, but I just don't know what this plant is doing. It's growing, I know that much. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. The leaves look just weird. I don't know. Is that how this plant is supposed to grow? I don't know. You guys will have to tell me. You'll have to let me know. But this is the Peperomia Rana Verde. Loving it, loving the personality of it. And this is also a plant that I've been using the organic fertilizer on, and it seems to be loving the fertilizer, loves where it's at, growing like crazy. So I'm just going to leave it alone, let it do its thing. As long as it's living and growing, I'm going to leave it alone. So that is one of my plants on my top 5 of June. All right, so those are all the plants that are doing great. I'm now going to show you guys probably one of the saddest things you're ever going to see. I know that a lot of you are going to be sad for this plant because I'm super, super sad for this plant. Like, before we went to San Diego, it was giving me a little bit of problems. And by the time we got home from San Diego, this plant is just, it's pathetic. I think I'm gonna have to throw it away. I'm trying to save it the best I can because I love this plant. It's so beautiful. But you guys, I think I'm gonna have to throw it away. So it's hanging up right here. Let me grab it. Hey, you guys, brace yourselves. Are you ready for this? My cissus. You guys, what happened to my cissus? I think it has some kind of a fungus. So I mean, these leaves are still very beautiful, but it has like this leaf, I mean, they are like black, drying up leaves. They have these like yellow leaves with spots on them. You guys, really, like, look at this plant. I'm so super sad about this plant. I was so super excited to find it, and now this is what it looks like. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this plant. It's total heartbreaking. I really don't think it's gonna survive. I'm hoping you guys can give me some tips on what to do with this plant because it's just pathetic. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about this thing. I don't want to throw it away because I love it so much. But really, it's so sad, you guys. I'm so sad about this plant. I'm like holding on to the last few leaves that are beautiful. But I don't know. I don't know. All right, you guys. Well, I hate to end it on a sad note, but this is what the plant looks like. So I don't know if there's something I can do for it. Please let me know. I really want to save this plant. I don't know if it's too far gone. So if you guys can let me know. But I just want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in and staying updated on my plants. I love sharing them with you. You can leave me a comment down below. I love reading them. And if you are new here, I just want to say hello. Thank you for visiting me. And until next time, guys, bye.